Hello, welcome back to Made by Manda Mount. I'm Manda and I make stuff. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a crochet artist. I mostly make amigurumi plushie type items that I sell at market events and online. And I have a pretty big event coming up this weekend, which is in a couple days. It's Wednesday now and the event is on Saturday. It is going to be at a park, which if you have watched my market breakdown videos, you would know that I've had a decent amount of success at, so I'm hoping it'll be a pretty big event. So I've been prepping like crazy. In my last market breakdown video, if you guys watched that, if not, go check it out. You would have also seen that I sold out of all of my inventory at that market, so I've been prepping for about 2.5 weeks to build an entirely new inventory for this, what I'm expecting to be is going to be like a pretty big event. And then in another 2 weeks I have my biggest event yet, so I'm really just trying to prep as much as possible, not just for this event, but like maybe I'll have some stuff left over to kind of ease that 2-week period in between of me prepping for that giant event. So yes, I've been pretty busy like usual. In this specific market prep video, I am going to show you guys some of the new patterns I've been working on. I finally got around to making some new stuff for this market. I also got some stuff to level up my checkout process because at my last event it was kind of a mess, so I got some new things to improve that situation. And also I thought I could bring you guys with me while I do my test setup. I'm actually adding a table this time, so I'm gonna have a 3 big table setup. So I've never done that before. We're gonna see how that goes together, hopefully. So I'm going to start by showing you guys some of the new patterns that I've been making. Some are actually new patterns, some are just regular patterns that I've been using with a new twist. A couple of videos back, I mentioned that I wanted to make some bigger items for these bigger events I have coming up. So I tried to do that. I bought jumbo yarn and I started making some bigger size items with jumbo yarn. Most of them are just regular patterns that I use, but made with jumbo yarn, so they came out a little bit bigger. However, if you watched the last video that I just posted, I did a actual pricing calculation of the materials that I used to make these bigger jumbo yarn size items, and they ended up not having great profit margins. So I don't know if I'm going to be making a ton of these type of items in the future, but I definitely think there's a place for them to be eye-catching, to bring people to my table, and I think having a couple is still nice. So okay, I'm just gonna be quiet now and show you guys what I made, starting with these jumbo turtles. Well, I made 2 and they're both in the same color. They just have different eyeballs. These are like my regular eyes, and then I just ordered these 30mm sparkly eyes I got them on Amazon and they were cheaper than buying them on Etsy. That's why I never bought them before, because they're just pretty expensive, but Amazon was a little cheaper, and I will have that linked below. Also, any patterns that you see in this video will be linked below in the description. But yeah, this is my big jumbo turtle made with Sweet Snuggles, and for size comparison, this is him compared to my regular size turtle, so definitely a pretty big size difference, and I think he came out really cute. I'm definitely, you know, like I said, even though the profit margins aren't as good as my smaller items, I think I'll definitely continue to have some of these bigger turtles because they're just really cute and I like them. So here is my jumbo turtle. I also made a big bee. She's really cute. She has the sparkly eyes also. I just kind of like free-handed her to make her like as big and as long as I wanted to make her. So I don't have like a specific pattern for this. I'm sure you could find something similar, but for size comparison also, here is my little regular bees. I also just started making these with Sweet Snuggles. I used to make my bees out of Bernat blanket, but all the rest of my stuff is like Chenille Home Slim or Sweet Snuggles yarn, so just wanted to keep it consistent. So, but because I switched, this yarn is a little bit smaller than the Bernat blanket, so they're a little smaller now. But this is Sweet Snuggles Light, this is Sweet Snuggles, and this is cool. Maybe that's just my personal opinion, but I like her. Last but not least, for the jumbo stuff, is this giant flamingo girly. I love making this flamingo pattern by Crochet Grove. It's a no-sew flamingo pattern. Definitely check this out. I made the regular size flamingo a couple markets back, and she was really cute, and I just needed to make a giant one. And I love her. She's literally like as big as me, and she has sparkly eyes too. Cute. And she took me a lot of yarn to make, but I think it's worth it. I think she's adorable. Unfortunately, I was burnt out of flamingo making after her, so I did not make the regular size flamingo to compare her to, but this is her. And I used a giant 10mm hook for her. I think I probably could have gotten away with a little bit smaller of a hook size. But yeah, she's probably going to be maybe my most expensive item that I'll have at this market. She's definitely my biggest, so excited to see how she does. Also, I had some of the Sweet Snuggles colors left over, so I was like, what else can I make with these colors? And I really had it in my head that I wanted to make a giant unicorn with the rest of my Sweet Snuggles yarn, so I started making it, and then I ran out of the so-called extra Sweet Snuggles that I had, so then I ended up having to order more Sweet Snuggles, and it's still not here, so I'm not sure if it will come in time for the market. I got like this far. Here's my giant unicorn legs, so hopefully the yarn comes in time and I'll be able to finish her, but if not, you'll see her for the next market event. I was talking about in some of my previous market breakdown videos how I don't know if I'm gonna make leggy frogs as much anymore, and I was switching to these chubby frogs, and in my last market breakdown video I had one that I brought to my market, and I was talking about how I didn't follow the pattern properly, and I just was like adding random bobble stitches at the bottom, and I just had like little bobble stitches like this, and that wasn't the correct leg formation. So I really followed the pattern this time, and you make these little like popcorn stitches, and it is supposed to be like the hind legs, like the knee of the hind legs, like he's like about to do a little jumpy thing. Are you guys getting that? Because I posted a picture of him on my Instagram today, and someone asked me if he had 6 legs, and then my mom told me that he looked like an octo frog. So what are you guys thinking about this? Are you getting the vibe? Should I go back to the random bobble stitches and just have like these 4? I already made a lot of them, so this is what they're gonna look like for this upcoming market at least. But let me know what you think about what I should do from here. I didn't love hearing those things. I also previously mentioned that I wanted to switch up my octo pattern. I had a boring octo pattern that was just like my pattern, and it was fine, but it wasn't something that was like the first thing people were looking at. I was selling them cheap for like $10 because it was a really quick pattern, and I just didn't love it compared to the other things that I was making. But I do like octos, so I wanted to find a new octo pattern, and this is what I ended up with. This was a free octo pattern I found on someone's blog. I'll obviously have that linked, but this is the new octo pattern. I don't have any of my old octos to show you the comparison. Maybe I'll insert a picture here. But what do you think about this one versus those? Do you think this is better looking? Let me know in the comments. I think it's cuter for sure, but let me know what you think. Next, I made this hippo. Look at her. She is so chubby and cute. I literally love her. This is a no-sew pattern from Etsy. I forget who the designer is, but it will be in the patterns. And I love this. I would love to make her in another color, maybe purplish. I'm trying to get this video filmed now because I know I'm just going to be running around like a crazy person. So just a fair warning that I still have a lot of stuff to make. When you see my setup later, it's not fully complete because hopefully in the next like 2 days I'm going to be able to crochet a ton more stuff. We'll see if that actually happens. But yeah, maybe I'll be able to make her in another color. I think she's really cute. I've also gotten a few requests. That's my son back there. I've also gotten a few requests for pigs, and I did not have any pigs. So I made a piggy for this event. I thought that it was gonna come out a little smaller. It came out like a decent size. So maybe I'll make a couple more of these. We shall see. But I think this is really cute. This is also, well, I sewed on this little part, but besides that, it was no-sew. So, great pattern. And last but not least, for new things that I've made for this market, I also made this little elephant. This is an AQ crochet pattern that I've been dying to make. I've been waiting so long to make this. I just haven't had the time. Finally had time to make her. This is a low sew pattern. I only sewed on the ears, and it like worked up in a pretty quick amount of time. And I think she's adorable. I really want to make a gray one. She also has like a different ear pattern. It has like a kind of like a heart ear. So ideally within the next 2 days, I can make another one of her as well. We shall see if we get there. I think that's it for my new patterns, but now I have some other stuff to show you guys. So like I said, I really wanted to level up my checkout process and just find a way to kind of expedite things a little bit. At my last market, it was a mess. I usually use a little fanny pack for all my cash and everything. However, I was so mobbed with kids in my tent that it was really hard to like take out the wad of cash and get change for people and get the money back in the fanny pack. Thank God it was like a little bit of a chilly day. I had a jacket on that had big pockets, so I was just shoving all the cash in my pockets, and when I finally got a break, I was like able to organize it all. But it was a mess at the time, and it took a very long time to get people change because I couldn't see the actual dollar bills and everything. So I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but I bought a cash box. So now I don't have to shove all of the dollar bills in a fanny pack, and they are conveniently located in this box for very easy access for me to get people change and put money away. And I really cannot wait to use this. I think it's going to make my checkout process a lot easier. It has like this little drawer thing so you can put change in. It even has this little like spot in here where you could put whatever kind of stuff you want to put in there. I actually think I'm going to also add, I'm so sorry, I forget who it is at this exact moment, but someone left a comment on one of my videos where I was telling a story about how someone didn't Venmo me for an item and it was really frustrating, and they were telling a story about how they don't take Venmo payments from anyone outside of like family and friends. And then they also were talking about how they don't take dollar bills that are over $20, which is interesting to think about because I do get some really high amount dollar bills sometimes. Kids are bringing me 50s and $100 bills that they took from their parents, and I don't have an issue with taking them. I always usually have enough cash to give them change on hand. But I never thought about the fact that I should probably be a little cautious taking high denomination dollar bills. So all of that to say, I think that in my little cubby over here, I might get like one of those little markers that you could just like write on the dollar bill, and it like shows you, it alerts you if it's like fake or not. You guys know what I'm talking about? Those little like markers. So I think I'm going to invest in one of those and put that in here as well. I have my little square card reader in here. I don't really want it to get lost, so I might have to find another place to put that. This box was not that expensive on Amazon. I think it was like less than 30 bucks, and they had option to get a code one or one with a key, and I opted for the code option so that I don't have to worry about carrying the key and losing the key. Hopefully that will be a good decision, and I cannot wait to report back to you guys and let you know how this goes. Also, if you guys watched my last market breakdown video, I did it. I invested in an iPad. I was talking about how I didn't know if I was definitely going to buy an iPad or not, but I was really considering one to help expedite the checkout process, just because I do everything from my phone. I do all the Square stuff from my phone, and it's just kind of hard to see, and if there's a situation where I need to like hand that off to somebody else, it's kind of difficult for them to know what's going on. So I was mentioning about how I was considering it, and everyone in my comments was hyping me up. Shouts to Crocheting by Kenna. She sent me this adorable video on Instagram of her iPad and how Square looked on her iPad and what she does with Square on there. And if I wasn't influenced before that, I was definitely influenced then, and I decided to get one. I've never had an iPad before, so I had no idea what I was really doing when I bought one. The price wasn't terrible. I got a 9th generation just regular iPad. I know they have like the Air and fancy stuff. I just got regular 9th generation iPad. They're actually on the 10th generation right now. The 10th generation ones are like closer to like $500, and I was not trying to spend that kind of money. So this one was like $250 maybe. And I did also run into a little bit of an issue when I was trying to think about how I was going to use data on the iPad to have internet to use the Square app to check people out. I didn't know what that process was like. I didn't know if I'd have to go get this from my carrier like AT&T and get an actual data plan for it, or what the deal was. But I was like, well, I need to be able to, if I'm gonna get it, I need to be able to use it at the actual events that are usually outdoors and don't have access to Wi-Fi. So how am I going to make that work? And when I was just doing some research on Google, it was like $30 a month for data plans, and I was like, I don't really know if I want to spend that. So I just got in touch with my AT&T guy and I asked him a ton of questions, and it turns out I actually have, now this is just my plan specifically, so you guys should look into whatever carrier you have if this is something you're considering, but he let me know that my specific phone plan has some amount of like hotspot data per month, so I could use the hotspot data from my actual cell phone to get the Wi-Fi to my iPad, and hopefully that amount will be enough to just use to check out for the couple events that I have a month. If not, there are other options to, like I said, like buy a data plan and stuff like that. But since I already have the hotspot thing, I'm going to see how that goes for my first couple of markets, and then if that's not enough, I can always add on to it later. So I'll let you guys know and keep you posted on that to let you know how much data I'm using and if the hotspot thing is enough. But that was pretty cool that I didn't have to buy an extra data plan. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And I did it, and I bought it, and I love it. I haven't brought it to an event yet. This will be my first one, but I bought this adorable case. I'm pretty sure it was like for children on Amazon, but it has everything I wanted. I wanted like a little like stand thing so that I can use this to look at patterns when I'm crocheting. So I wanted a stand, but then I also wanted a little handle. How does this close again? Hold on, give me one sec. I also wanted a little handle so that I could hold this while I am checking people out and do my little checkout on here. It like spins so I could get a good little angle on it. However, I need to do my little anglage, and I just love it. I love this little case. I think it's very made by Man and Mal aesthetic, and I don't care if it's made for kids. I like it. I will have this linked in the description below if you are interested in something like this. It comes in different colors also. So yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna show you what Square looks like on here, guys, because it's crazy. If you are using Square on your phone right now, I'm so sorry. I know what it's like, and it's just a bad time. Wait until you see it on here. I added all of my items to my favorites on Square, and I added a bunch of pictures of them, and this is my checkout right now. I'm trying to not get the ring light in it so you can like really see it good, but this is what my items look like. It pulls up the checkout right here, and literally these are all my items, and when somebody comes up I can just boop, 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 check them out on here, and I can show them the iPad so they can see what they're spending, and this is just so nice. This is just so nice to be able to see this. I spent a lot of time on my phone during the checkout process at my last market, trying to go through this like library of items that I couldn't really see, and it just ended up taking a lot of time, and my phone battery's dying all day because not only am I using Square on my phone, but I'm using like everything else on my phone, and it was just too much. So I think this is going to be a great addition to the business and to the checkout process. I've been crocheting a bunch of patterns. I just have this like propped up all day, and I pull up my patterns on my iPad, and I've been using it for that, and I'm sure I'll have it and be using it for some other uses in the future. So I can't wait to bring it to this market, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Maybe I'll get you a little video of me doing some checkout stuff at this market. We shall see. So that's it for new things that I got and new patterns that I made. Now you guys can come and we can go do a little trial setup of my 3-table display. What up, guys? I got a new mic this time. I think this one actually works. I did just test it and it was just working. So if it's not working now, that's really annoying, but hopefully it works so you can hear me yelling at my setup. So I set up my tables and I did like my bare bones kind of setup over here. Just, I don't know if this is how everything's gonna stay, but I just like put up some crates and stuff. This is my 3rd table over here. So I have 2 4-foot tables along here, and then I have another 4-foot table here. You know, in the future, maybe for my next big giant market, I will consider another table, but let's not get crazy. We have our 3 tables set up now, and that's the most I ever had, like I said. So we will see what the vibe is. However, my biggest fear was that I wouldn't have enough stuff to fill up the space, but now after just putting like the crates and stuff on here, I think I'm definitely gonna have enough stuff. I'm nervous like now I might not have enough room, because just the one 4-foot table is like not that much. Like if I had like 2 4-foot tables here or like a 6-foot table, I think that would be a lot of additional room, but just the 4-foot table, it's not that much more space. So I don't know what I was thinking, having to like, I was going crazy like I don't have enough stuff, but I definitely have enough stuff. So let's fill it out and see how things are looking. I do already have my keychains set up over here just because, oh, I forgot to tell you that I got this new keychain thing. So I had the that giant like keychain board. If you saw any of my recent videos, you saw I set up like a big, it was like almost my size pegboard, and I had it like leaning up against this like rack, like almost like a clothes rack. And I'm not gonna lie, it was my least favorite part of my setup every time I was setting up. And every market I brought it to, I think I brought it to like maybe 3 events so far, it fell at least once, and all the keychains fell off into the dirt and the ground every single market. So I needed something different. I tried I ordered this like spinny little pegboard on Amazon. It wasn't cheap, and it came, and the spinny part was cool, but it was just so small. It wasn't like the vibe that I liked. So I ordered this one, and it's honestly the perfect size for the keychains that I have. I'm gonna do like a close-up view of all this stuff after I set it up so you guys can see what it's really looking like. But hopefully I don't want to add any keychains in the future, or if I do, I will just have to add another pegboard, which is fine, but I will have that linked below. Obviously it's pretty sturdy, and I think it'll be easier to like transport and way easier to set up. I am interested to see where the jumbo things will end up. I don't know, I don't have the unicorn yet, so I'm not going to plan around her. I'm just gonna pretend like I don't have her. So I guess this flamingo will probably be my biggest plushie. So I think I might put her, she also doesn't sit well, as you saw with my last flamingo if you watch my market prep videos. So I think I might put her here on the edge of the table, so then people can see her from the side, and then they come up and they see her. That's one option. I was also thinking I might literally put her in the middle of the tables because she's my biggest item and my coolest item in my opinion. So maybe I do want her front and center to kind of attract people to the table. And if I do have the unicorn, which I'm not saying I will because I don't know if I will and I don't want to get excited about that, but one of them can be in like one spot and like vice versa, but we can't plan around that. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like her here or should we put her in the middle of the table? For now, we're just going to leave her here and see where things end up. I think I like my bees over here. I usually put my little bees in here. I don't know where they all are, but there's one for now. I'm gonna put my bigger turtles over here. I don't know if I should put both of the turtles out. My little elephant. I think my frogs are gonna go here. I usually put my leggy frogs here, but I'm not making any leggy frogs for this market. And then my mushrooms will be on this tier. I'm already obsessed with it, and I have like 2 things on the table. Over here we have our cows, also our puppers. I made some puppers for this. You see them? Puppers. They're gonna go over here as well. I might need to go in the bottom tier because they're kind of big. And then the middle tier is our kitties. And I'm gonna use the 4th tier for these giraffes. I made 2 giraffes. I usually only make 1, but they did really well for me at my last event, and everyone came over asking me where the giraffes were. So this time I made 2. Hopefully that's enough. Oh, they look cute up there. And then, like always, I usually put my turtles along the front of my table. I still have a bunch more turtles to make. Not a bunch. I think I'm going to try to make at least 2 more before the weekend. So we'll see if that ends up happening. Theoretically, I was saving this little container for my nuggets. I usually put a bunch of nuggets in here, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to make them, and it's kind of interfering with the turtle room, and I think that I would rather have more turtles than chicken nuggets. I don't know if we'll have room for the nuggets. We'll have to see about that. Or we could just not do the other turtles. But I feel like the turtles are just better sellers for me. So we might have to stick with the turtles. The bird tiers will be in full force. If you haven't watched my videos, I put my birds on these little tiered things, and I put these little chubby eagles on the top. And then ducks and chickens, and I didn't make any yet, but I might make penguins also. Here's my chickens. I think I prepped like 9 chickens, and then I sold 3 on Etsy this week, so I don't feel like making more, so I'm just gonna have 6. I have 2 in each of these colors. Here's my chickens. Aw, cute. I think I'm gonna put them on the bottom tier so they have a lot of room. Looking cute, guys. Not to toot my own horn or anything. My phone just sent me a notification that I only had 10% battery, so we don't have a lot of time. Okay, and then I'm going to put the ducks in the middle row. If I make penguins, I'm just going to put them on the bottom around this area, but I don't know if I'm going to make them. I also made a ton of axolotls. I didn't have enough at my last market, so I made like, I don't even know how many. Maybe 9. So I don't know if I should put them all out or just do my usual little axolotl triangle that I usually do. I do a little pyramid. But I don't know, because last time, like, people wanted to buy... I noticed that people like to buy... Like, if friend groups are coming up to the table and stuff, they want to get matching things. So I used to just have, like... I would have, like, 3 of these pink axolotls and then 2 purple, and then I would put a blue one on top. But what if they're friends and they want to get 2 blue ones and there's only 1 on the table? My triceratops are going up here. I'm not gonna lie, I only made 4 so far, but I definitely want to make more before this weekend. Then I have my possums. I think I might put them... you know what? Maybe we'll put them up here. Sometimes they get lost up here and nobody really sees them, but hopefully people will see them. And then I have some miscellaneous items. I have this pig and this this guy. Just gonna put them over here, I guess. I might put this like on something. Let me put this piggy up a little bit so you can see him better. That looks good. And then I might put the axolotl pyramid over here to kind of bring people's attention to this side of the table. And then maybe we will do all of them. That's freaking cute. Can you even see what they are in this pyramid formation? Can you even see the pyramid? Oh yeah, you can see it over there. I need like one more to make them a complete pyramid, I think. Maybe I'll get to that. And then the only other miscellaneous item that I have is this little octo. Ideally, I would like to make more of these. So I don't know where I would put these though. I don't know if this is going to be the penguin area or not. I don't know if we should have penguins. Maybe I could put the penguins up here with the ducks. No. Maybe I'll put the penguins on something. We'll move these. And we'll put this little bin over here. And put some penguins on that, maybe? I don't hate it. I also don't love it. Do we need penguins, guys? I always do this. And then maybe we'll put the octos like here. I could even put them in like a little bin or something in this vicinity. And then if I have a unicorn, which I'm not sure that I will, I think I'm gonna only put out one of my turtles and then put the unicorn up here with the other turtle. Or put her in the middle of my table. I'm not sure yet. I want to make another elephant and put him in the middle of the table, but that's pretty much the setup, honestly. That flew by. Now I'm going to give you guys a close-up tour. I love the way that it came out. Oh, we forgot to do the dad walk. This is how you tell if it's good. Interesting. Looking good. Okay, it's good. Okay, here's the close-up tour. So ideally there will be like a unicorn over there up here with this turtle, but we will see if that happens. I don't know how I feel about this pig. Can't really see him there. Maybe he needs to be up here on this thing. Aw, the pig and the chickens is kind of cute. That makes sense, right? Like it's giving farmhouse. And then I don't know what's going to go there. We'll see. Maybe another hippo. Okay. And then we would like to have a lot of octos somewhere near here. Or maybe then we could put like the octos over here. A bunch of octos over here. I don't know, that's undecided. And then the bird tiers, we got our eagles and our duckies and our chickens. And here's the keychain board with the new pegboard. That's looking good over there. And then I think we're scrapping the nugs and gonna add another turtle there. And then we got our triceratops and our mushrooms and our froggies. And then we have turtles in the front over here. Like I said, still missing a few. And then elephant, maybe another elephant here. And then our little giraffes chilling up there. Cows, cats, puppers. This axolotl pyramid that is missing the top to the pyramid. Maybe we'll make another one of those. We got our bees over here. We could use some more of those also. And our possums up top. And that's the whole setup vibe. I moved back so you can kind of see it. Oh, don't look at that. Okay, so here it is so far. And okay, so that is what our setup is looking like so far. I'm gonna get back to crocheting so I can hopefully add some more things to this table. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because I will have a market breakdown video out next week to let you guys know everything I do end up bringing to this market, how much I charge for all those items, and then how well I do at that event. And hopefully we do well. So I will see you guys then. Bye.